Good Novatos, thanks for tuning in to yet another video. Infamous here at San Jose, California. Blue skies, look at this. We're still in March. Technically, it's still winter. California. Let's get on with the topic of today's ride. Convincing your family to let you ride. Is it possible? Absolutely not.
If you're doing it, stop it. Get some help.
Quite honestly, this isn't really a video on how to convince your family, because depending on your culture or depending on your family, there's nothing you can say to convince them that you're going to be safe on a bike, because it's not. It's just not safe, especially in today. I mean, there's people on their phones, there's people texting and driving, there's people on Instagram, on social media while driving. I can't tell you how many times I came close to getting hit over somebody drifting into a different lane, mainly because they're looking at their phone. I mean, it's just everywhere. You just have to be, it's just looking out for these dummies. There's just no way of getting around it. I mean, there's fines out there, but I mean, you also see the cops doing it too. You know, they're typically on their phone as well. These police officers, they're also on their laptop. Just stuff like that. I mean, everybody's doing it. Everybody thinks they can multitask until, something bad happens. And it's happened. We've seen it in the news. But anyways, getting back on topic, how to convince your family to let you ride. It's what they say. It's easier to ask for forgiveness than to ask for permission. And that's the only way to do it. That's what I had to do. My family, they were completely against it until I bought the bike. Quite honestly, it was actually a blessing in disguise. I actually got into trouble with the law quite a bit, and it wasn't that I was a bad kid or anything. I just loved muscle cars. I loved going fast. I just loved everything about vehicles, automobiles, motorcycles, everything. Complete enthusiast at the age of 13, 14. I knew everything about, engine blocks, Chevys, Fords, everything. Pistons, cylinder heads, valves, rockers, push rods, cams. I actually had a membership to a lot of Motor Trend, American Muscle, a lot of these magazines back when I was a teenager, 14, 13, I actually had subscriptions to these magazines, and I just, spent all my free time looking at these muscle cars and dreaming about, the bikes, these Harley-Davidsons. Like I said, I've been a huge fan for many years, ever since I saw Terminator 2. And I actually got my first ticket when I was 14, red light ticket. It was one of those stupid don't turn right on red. It was one of those lights. That's what got me. I was 14, cop pulled me over, asked me for a license. I don't got one. The cop was actually nice enough not to tow the vehicle. I got away with that. By the time I was 16 or 17, I actually got my first vehicle towed for exhibition of speed. That was in Modesto. And to make matters worse, that vehicle wasn't mine. It actually just finished getting restored. It was a 72 Camino. Beautiful car. First week of me driving it, I got it impounded. I felt bad. So overall, being forbidden from getting a motorcycle, it actually turned out to be a blessing as far as letting your family, or easing, not having your family worry about you riding a bike or anything like that. There isn't really anything you can say or do to convince them otherwise. So just buy the bike and ask for forgiveness after. That's what I do, and like I said, that is what I did. If you're married, however, then that's a different story. You can't just get the bike, because you'll never finish hearing the end of it. Talk to the wife, get yourself something small. Don't get something too fast or too big, and just ease into it. Once your loved one is comfortable with you riding, after a few months, then probably consider buying a bigger bike, and just let them know, I'm not gonna be riding around like a complete jerk or anything like that. And you could also take the classes, take the safety course, ease their mind, make them feel comfortable that you're doing everything in your ability to come back home alive. So just talk to the old lady and let them know you're gonna be taking the classes. You're gonna be taking all your precautions. I'd also say watch Dan the fireman's channel. He has a lot of good tips, a lot of good of defensive riding, defensive driving. Dan the fireman has a lot of good tips. You can learn a lot from just watching his channel and his breakdown of accidents and stuff like that. Yeah, he has plenty of tips. He has courses as well. So there's a lot of tools out there. Just let your loved one know that you're just taking every precaution. I mean, just know that eventually everybody's gonna have to go. I've had family pass away. There's just so many things that could happen. We could go at any moment in our sleep, or just being out here. There's videos that I've seen where these big old construction vehicles fall over, tip over onto pedestrian vehicles, and that's it. You could just go just like that at a moment's notice. It's kind of like that saying, not here for a long time, but here for a good time. Eventually you're gonna grow old. Some of us only have 60 years tops, maybe 70 years on earth. We're not gonna be here forever, so enjoy it. If you're looking at a bike and you really want to get into it, I'd say start. You might love it. You might love it, and if you're like me, you always find yourself taking the long way home after work. Yes, just stay out there, stay safe. Don't believe everything you read. Life's a risk. Get out there and ride. Later.